This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Wake Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
And good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. We're watching the potential for severe weather tonight across Alabama and Georgia. Got all the details on the way in this morning's edition of your prime time forecast for Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. But first, don't forget to get in touch with Sonia Holloman. Sonia's got you covered for your Lake Wedowee property needs, Remax Lakefront. Get in touch with Sonia at 678-778-3945. Again, that is Sonia Holloman. Get in touch with her today and be sure and tell her thank you for supporting us here at Dr. Don's Weather. Also, would you like to win a Dr. Don coffee cup? You can do that. All you have to do is get in touch with Jamie Dukas. Tell Jamie, hey, I want a Dr. Don coffee cup. Jamie's going to get a little information from you. It's going to take just a few minutes for him to tell you how much he can save you on your insurance. And in a lot of cases, he can increase your coverage as well. And he's going to put your name in the drawing, which will be coming up this Friday morning here on Dr. Don's Weather. Scan the QR code, click the link at the top of the video, or call Jamie at 256-831-7770 if you'd like to win a Dr. Don coffee cup from Dr. Don's Weather. Also, be sure you head over to YouTube, click subscribe, and the little bell, and I'm going to put your name in the hat myself. So you're going to have two opportunities to win a Dr. Don coffee cup. Yeah, it's going to be, let's don't worry about Monday. That was yesterday. We do have a risk of severe weather on the way for East Alabama and West Georgia. We originally thought it might move in this afternoon, but now the timing looks like it's slowing down just a little bit. So we're going to call today a mostly cloudy day, and then that risk of severe weather will move into East Alabama sometime after 6 p.m. this evening. And here's what we're thinking. Right now, we think the better chances for severe weather will be north of Birmingham. Up there, we have a 3 out of 5 chance, an enhanced risk of severe weather for places like Gadsden, Jasper, Hamilton, Fayette, typically north of the I-20, I-59 corridor. And then the yellow area that you see that covers the rest of the state of Alabama and Georgia, we're looking at a slight risk of severe weather. That's a 2 out of 5. And we could see damaging winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour, pea to quarter-sized hail possible, and even a quick, small spin-up tornado cannot be completely ruled out across the region this evening. The timing you see on there on the right-hand side of the screen, 6 p.m. through midnight for central Alabama, and then across east and southeast Alabama, 11 p.m. through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't really think we see the storms hang around that long, but those are the windows of opportunity. So if you look at the western side of East Alabama, we're talking probably somewhere around 7, 8, or 9 p.m. And then across East Alabama in West Georgia, 11, 12, 1 a.m. So I'm going to say the best window between 9 p.m. and about 1 a.m. across most of East Alabama and West Georgia. This is not a red letter severe weather setup for East Alabama and West Georgia, but there's certainly that possibility that we could have a handful of strong to severe thunderstorms. So we're going to keep a very close watch on this, and we will have live coverage for you here on Dr. Don's Weather if conditions warrant as we get into this evening. Let's take a look at the current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms. Currently 65.4 degrees. It feels the same because there's no wind to speak of just yet. That is going to change. Humidity 94%, barometric pressure 29.89, dew point is 64. So far, no precipitation. The high temperature yesterday was 67.7. A lot of you got up into the 70s yesterday. We currently have overcast skies. Sunrise this morning will be at 6:25, and the sun sets this evening at 7:04 p.m. A mostly cloudy day. The wind will increase this afternoon, and winds will be gusty 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then as we get closer to those storms tonight, we're looking at winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. High this afternoon in Roanoke, 80. We'll make it to 81 in Valley. Carrollton tops out at 81, as well as Alexander City. And LaGrange will hit 82 degrees this afternoon. Here's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. Mostly cloudy Tuesday. A high this afternoon of 80 degrees. Now, understand the last several times we've had a threat of severe weather, we were relatively cool, and we were banking on a warm front to lift north off the Gulf of Mexico to get us in that warm sector before the storms moved in. And yeah, that really didn't happen. Well, what's different this time, we have that warm sector already in place. I'm talking from the Gulf Coast all the way to the Great Lakes. We're in the 70s and 80s, and so warm conditions, an unstable air mass will already be in place before this pretty strong cold front moves into the area tonight. So that's one element that we know is going to be in place. So I think our odds are a little bit better of seeing a handful of marginally to strong severe thunderstorms as we get into late this afternoon and during the overnight. So we'll give you a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight. It's going to be breezy even away from thunderstorms. We're talking about winds gusting again up to as much as 30 miles per hour. The good news is this is a relatively quick moving front, so flash flooding doesn't seem to be much of an issue with this one. On Wednesday, there could be a sprinkle or two hanging around as the sun comes up Wednesday morning, but the bulk of the rain should be well into Georgia. But we'll give you just a slight 10 to maybe 20% chance of a shower early tomorrow morning. 64, so much cooler on Wednesday, down to 42 on Wednesday night. Then the remainder of the week looks pretty good. Thursday will be sunny, but again, much cooler, about 20 degrees cooler. We'll call it 60 on Thursday afternoon. Could see a little frost out there Friday morning as we'll dip into the mid-30s on Thursday night. The same on Friday morning and again on Saturday morning. So a string of 2 or 3 cool nights there with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And then on Sunday, we see that warming trend begin back to 72 degrees with mostly sunny skies all the way through the end of your weekend. Let's take a look at your Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar. And you see nothing happening across Alabama for the most part. Maybe a few sprinkles up there in northwest Alabama. There could even be some mist taking place there right just north of Montgomery. But the main show is up to the north, and that would be across southern Illinois, moving into western Indiana this morning, where we have got multiple tornado warnings in place up there. I'll show you right quick near Evansville, Indiana. Back over toward Marion, Madisonville, Morganville, and you see there all of those red flashing polygons. Those are all tornado warnings for a Boeing section of that line of thunderstorms moving into Indianapolis this morning. So pretty nasty weather up there, and we've known all along that the absolute worst part of all of this is going to be up across Kentucky and southern Indiana and also back into Illinois. And that's what we're seeing this morning. But you'll notice back to the southwest, not a whole lot going on right now across Arkansas, down into Louisiana and Texas. But as the day goes along and we get the heating going, this line back here is going to fill in and most likely intensify. And then we will see very strong thunderstorms probably by noon this morning across western Tennessee, back across northwestern Mississippi, and all of that will move into Alabama as we go throughout the afternoon. I think it'll be probably late afternoon, early evening before it reaches East Alabama and West Georgia. Don't forget to follow us up on X, formerly Twitter, at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information on X just as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at DrDonWX.com. Now, again, folks, this is not going to be a major severe weather outbreak situation for Alabama, but it does bear watching because, if you have a tornado or a severe thunderstorm that happens in your front yard, then it is a significant severe weather outbreak. It may not happen for everybody, but it only takes this to affect one person, and to you, it is a significant severe weather outbreak. So you got to pay attention to what's happening as we go throughout the day. Be weather aware. If you live in Randolph County, Alabama, be sure you text the word alert to 256-540-8664. If you're outside of Randolph County, Google your local government. Odds are pretty good that you have a mass notification in your community as well. Should be right there on your local government website. Sign up for it so you get local information. You want to make sure you have a NOAA weather radio. You got plenty of time. Head out to that store today and pick up a NOAA weather radio and have that thing set up. This is going to be a nighttime event for East Alabama and West Georgia. Some of you may already be in the bed before that main line of storms starts to move through, so you're going to want to make sure you have a way of receiving severe weather information, and your NOAA weather radio will wake you from the dead. Trust me. Also, make sure you have one good app on your phone that's going to give you severe weather alerts. Your phone comes pre-programmed with WIA alerts that's going to give you that tornado warning and that flash flood warning. But I suggest you also download an app that will give you the severe thunderstorm watches and the tornado watches as well, so that you have plenty of notice before severe weather arrives in your community. Be weather aware. That's 98% of surviving severe weather is knowing what's going on around you, and that is certainly something you can do. And make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather, click that little notification bell so that if we do go live to cover severe weather this evening, you'll be guaranteed to know about it as we try to keep you safe during severe weather season across East Alabama and West Georgia. That'll do it for this morning's edition of your primetime forecast. Good Lord willing, if the creek don't rise, I'll see you back in here late this afternoon or this evening for severe weather coverage on Dr. Don's Weather. Y'all have a fantastic Tuesday.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.